Hey guys, it's a process. Today I sat down with a film photographer named Kane, aka wolfantlers.vhs on Instagram. He taught me a lot today just about the 35 millimeter world, the whole vintage aspect of it, and just what it's like to work as an analog photographer. It's one of the quicker interviews. We only had like 40 minutes because he was so late. Kane, you were so late. Jesus. I was actually late first. I was like, oh, can we move it to 12:30? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then like it ended up being like 3 o'clock. So kind of my fault too. But we sat and we had this really cool talk. He really showed me the benefit of like going with the flow and not being so rigid with everything that you do. Yeah, so he's really interesting. I don't know how else to put it. I think you'll enjoy our talk. I'm going to be doing these more. I got to do it when it's fresher. His interview was like a few hours ago, so like I'm trying to cling to like what I learned from it. But this is just an intro, just a little experimental thing, see how that goes. But yeah, the process. This is Kane. Okay, let me start again. Sorry, I wasn't recording. So you're going to see like silent. I'm going to actually make that the intro. That'll be great. So I'm here with Kane, a.k.a. wolfantlers.vhs on Instagram, if you want to holler at him. So we were just talking about like the whole world of like 35 millimeter and analog and everything. And like, yeah, how'd you get into that whole world?
Just use the same answer.
Yeah, say whatever you're saying.
Like, as you know, with Instagram, we live in a time where everybody's just like lying all the time. And I got sick of the whole like chasing the perfect like color palette with the editing and shit. It just got to be like, you're just doing too much, you know? Like, it took the fun away from actually taking photos and like the act of it. So it allowed me to just focus more on like things that actually matter, that can't be edited, like composition and like, you know, just shit like that.
True. Yeah. No, I got like intrigued. Like you said, like you just felt like you were doing too much with the whole coloring thing. And I feel like that too when I'm like editing shit. I'm like, do we really have to like worry about their skin color? Like it is what it is, right? And yeah, I kind of like, I understand that whole thing. So I guess like I'm kind of analog myself that way.
For real.
It's just like when you do it on this thing, it's like you have no choice.
It's like, definitely more efficient sometimes to do things digitally. Like, there's no denying that. But,
yeah.
You know.
But there's a touch that the whole analog thing has.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the colors are like, I don't know, it's nostalgic. Like, most of the people who are like, you know, around our age now, like all of our family photos and stuff growing up, like everything we saw was shot on film.
Yeah.
So it kind of brings people back a little bit, I think.
True.
At least myself, anyway.
True. So then, how do you get your creativity out of the whole analog thing? Where are you drawing that from when it comes to that? Like what inspired you to like get into that besides the whole like doing too much? Like, like are you into the whole vintage thing? Like, is there like more of a background there?
There is, yeah, and like it just, I really like the vintage vibe of it, but also it's kind of mind-blowing some of the effects that people can get on 35 millimeter. Like, you wouldn't really think about it. Like, you know, as you know, I'm into the double exposures and like a lot of creative portraiture.
Yeah.
So I was inspired by like a lot of people, like this dude named like Louis Daisy on Instagram, and like another guy like named Great Scoot and Maya Bino. They're like my three, like they kind of inspired a lot of my work.
True.
It's just super raw stuff, you know? Like,
yeah. I like that. I like that whole world. That whole world of just things like being raw.
For sure.
So like what is like creativity to you? I'm trying to get like more geared towards creativity in the conversations. So like what is it to you?
Creativity, it's like either, I don't know, for me it's being able to like tell a story, like a full story with as little as possible. Okay. Or, you know, try and express who somebody is through just like a single image. It can be hard to do, but, you know, just get the message across, like one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to a graphic designer, and he was like, he's like a more of a communicator than an artist.
Exactly. Visual storyteller, you know, all that shit people put in their bios.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you do see a lot of that.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started seeing it, I'm like, what is that? Like, it sounds so intriguing.
Right.
But it's, yeah, is what it is, you know. Call yourself whatever you want, really.
Call it what you want, you know? Like,
so what do you actually call yourself? Would you label yourself as a photographer or?
I would say, like, yeah, I'm just a photographer. Like, I don't really subscribe to, like, a lot of the... There's a lot of hipster stuff going on Instagram. You know, it's like, I'm not, like, a film photographer. Like, I advertise it. Like, my stuff is analog because I want people to know. But
Yeah.
I'm not, like... I like to think that I'm not super out there on the front page with it, like, jamming stuff down people's throats. Because, like I said, digital definitely has a place, like, in today's... realm of creativity, you know. It's like efficient and it's like clean and stuff, but yeah,
it's just so like, what do you like more, like capturing the moments? Like, what do you actually like about the whole analog thing?
I like the unpredictability of it, definitely, because once you like hit the shutter, there's no going back. You can't take 1,000 photos and look for the best one. Like, it teaches you to be a little more sure of yourself, I think, in the process.
Yeah, true.
And watch closer, because you got to slow down and, like, get things right. Like, you really gotta pay attention, you know. You can't just run in and, like, blind fire.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what drew me to it, I think, originally. Like, I don't really have any photos that I've ever taken on a digital camera that I actually, like, it's like, wow, like, what a great image. But
that actually can, like, resonate,
you know.
With you.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, Ajua, she was actually taking pictures of my tattoo. She has, like, something going on. But yeah, she was really, like, taking the time with it. It's just weird to see that, because, like, with all the digital friends I have, it's just like,
yeah,
literally take like 100, just like sitting there, just taking
for real, just like set it up on a tripod and just
exactly
burst fire.
But she was literally like holding it, taking like one shot, and like it was pretty cool. So do you like that, the whole, like, it's almost like there's a ritual to it? Almost.
Definitely, yeah. And, like, you get to know, I think, a little bit, like, you know, because you're taking more time and you're, like, being more considerate. You end up getting to know people better, I think, instead of just like, all right, sit there, this looks sick, like, you know, like,
true.
It's a little bit more personal in my experience anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hyped that you worked with her. That's good. Yeah. She's sick, man.
And she actually talked about that too, like the whole personal.
Yeah.
Like you do get, like she was saying, you get to know people more.
Definitely.
When it comes to that. So, like, what's your process like when you take a picture? Like, she was talking about, like, she likes to, like, capture, like, not just the person, but, like, the whole space. Like, what do you go for when you're taking a picture?
I like to, like, get, like, right up in there, like, you know, like with the, because, like, I really mess with portraits, especially creative ones. So I try and get, like, a really strong first image of, like, what I think captures the person's, like, essence, like who I feel that they are, how I've experienced them. And then with the double exposures, I just, like, I try and layer it with something else that kind of goes hand in hand. Like, you know, like, if you, like, meet some, like, rough looking dude who, like, looks like a pirate with a beard, like, you wouldn't double expose his image with, like, a field full of flowers. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta like make it fit. It's like a puzzle to me.
So, like, it's not just the picture, but then, like, also what you're gonna layer.
Exactly.
And then, like, how do you get that image that you're gonna layer? Is it like you just find something around that person, or is it completely different?
I'm usually like, because I shoot a lot of people. Most of the people that I shoot are, like, actually close to me as people. So, I actually am able to keep my eye open, like, most of the time. Like, you know, it's like there's this one bar we go to and it has this really cool neon sign, or, like, you know, it's like there's this piece of graffiti and this person's, like, a really great artist and is passionate about that shit. So I kind of, like, am able to fit it in for each person, which has been nice. I've gotten to know a lot of really cool people. But
True. That's really cool. I like that whole thing that you, like, get to know the person, because, like, that's what I'm into. Like, people, like, would want me to, like, do, like, quicker interviews and stuff, and, like, I just like going for, like, a long time. Yeah, like, I like to get to know the person, like,
for sure.
It feels better at the end of it.
Exactly.
You feel like you actually did something.
Thank you again for having me on this. This is amazing.
Of course,
this is sick.
But yeah, so when it comes to, like, so that process, so it's usually somebody that you know. And then you're taking that picture, you're layering something on top, and then from there, what's the process? Like, where are you doing all that? Are you doing that because this is analog? So are you doing it in, like, a digital space, or?
Mostly it's just, like, I'd like to get more into studio spaces, but right now it's just like outside. I just like kind of hunt for the good lighting for the first image because that's like the foundation of it. And then after that, like you just, I don't know, a lot of the pictures that I take, like the two images are actually like miles apart. Okay. So I put a lot of forethought into this, you know. It's like shoot photos, like I get some like cool like still images, and then it's like I see them in like a certain light or something, and it's like this is the one that I'm gonna double expose. And then after I take this image, I can't shoot another one until I go to this neon sign because that's what I need to expose. Like, you know, that's what I need to mesh it like on the analog format.
So like you go like on a journey.
Pretty much, yeah. It's everyone's an adventure. That's why I'm really big on the whole storytelling thing, right? Like yeah.
So like it's weird. Like I guess this is like a common thread within this world. But like, have you ever thought of taking like this and like putting it to film at all, like video, like this whole storytelling, like? Because it sounds like you're into journeys and storytelling and everything like that.
Yeah. But that comes back to that whole roadblock that I originally faced with digital photography. It's like, it's a lot of editing, man. You know, and it's like, like to tell the story like properly. Because it's like I've always been super inspired by film and like great directors and stuff that I feel like I'd be so hard on myself with like a movie or like documentary type thing that like I might go actually insane trying to like perfect this, you know. Like,
true, yeah. If you go for perfection, you'll always go nuts.
So I've been slowly building up to that. Like I would love to be able to make videos and like tell actual stories, but for now, like I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at.
Do you write at all?
I don't.
No?
I should.
So you just like kind of just go on these journeys and like
I just wing it, as you can tell by like, you know, us trying to meet up and stuff. I'm just a really wing it type of dude. Like,
true, but that's cool. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the anime. It's called Samurai Champloo.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so good. But there's one samurai who's like super skilled and trained, but then there's another one who's not. He just has a sword and he's just like, fuck it.
Like the drunken master.
Yeah. Like, whatever, let's do it. And he just does whatever.
That's lit. That's me. That would be me if I was in an anime.
Sick. So then, like, if that's the style of like, it's intuitive, basically, what you're saying.
Kinda, yeah.
So then, how do you evolve that, and how did you get to that whole style?
Fuck, that's a good question. Like, I get like really bored with things like pretty easily. I'm always like looking to like improve. So like, you know, just I fell in love with film obviously when I first started shooting it. It's like, oh, I want to document all my friends and then blah blah. And then the day I was reading through this like the manual on my Canon camera, and I figured out that there was just like a dedicated double exposure mode. And ever since that day, I was just kind of like, oh my God, like, you know, like, really? So it's just like, it was really the flick of a switch and just like some research. Like anybody can do it, you know. It's like it's really accessible in the time that we live in, and yeah, like there was not really any evolving. It all happened pretty organically, and I'm sure it will keep.
True.
Other things will keep happening, you know. Life.
I like that. I like that approach, man. Like it's better to be that way and not take things too seriously. Get caught up in the titles and stuff like that.
It's true. Like life is generally easier when you just don't care too much about stuff, because we don't have any control over this anyway, you know.
That's true.
It's all happening, and we're just kind of here for it.
Yeah, basically, we're here for what we're here for.
Exactly.
Whatever that might be. So, do you do anything in terms of like clients at all, or do you just like keep it like very personal, like to yourself kind of thing?
Up until this point, it's like it's been very personal. Like I'm a pretty socially anxious person. Like right now, even coming up here was just fucking killing me inside.
Really?
But yeah, you're super cool and shit.
Man,
so
don't worry.
It worked out great. Like I'm comfortable now, but like I was like, yo, like I'm just an actually really weird dude, you know? So I like shooting people that I know, like, and I like making them look as best as they can because I know who they are, you know? I'd like to reach out more and just get like a client base, even if it's like not monetarily driven, just for like the exercise of like getting to know more people who didn't come into my life naturally, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of why I do this stuff.
Like this would be great for that. This would be great for that. Perfect.
You just have no choice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people bring their dogs. Some people bring champagne.
Yeah, sorry, man. Like,
I like the champagne. This guy's like, "Can I bring champagne?" I'm like, okay.
It's a celebration of life. Like the weather's finally like acting right.
That's so true. That's so true.
Finally trying to stop tick man for idiot. You know, like.
That's so funny. So, are you actually from Jamaica? Is that like
my dad is? My dad is. I just got back, so I'm like really feeling the vibes. Like a nigga skin all brown and shit, like feeling nice. But like, I was born in Scarborough at the East General Hospital, so.
East Side General.
Right.
Sick. One of my best friends was born there. He always says that when we drive by. Where's your dad from in Jamaica?
Spanish Town.
True.
Yeah.
True. My dad is from Kingston.
Kingston's a ruffian spot, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy out there.
Did you actually go there? How long were you there for?
10 days. I'm going to go back at the end of the month, I think.
Really?
Try and get citizenship and stuff. Like, I just...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, bro. Like,
really?
I mean, he's trying to be an old-ass man and, like, shovel 1,500 pounds of snow, you know? Like, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not.
No, yeah, 100%, man. I think of that all the time. My mom keeps saying, because she's from Barbados, she's like, just go get citizenship there.
It's a nice island, dude. You should do that 100%. It's a nice, safe, clean island, bro.
Right? That's actually very true. I don't know, man. I think about it.
Shout out to Barbados. For real, I fucking love you guys. I had the best vacation of my life out there.
Oh, you went there?
Yeah, I went there about 3 years ago, man. Like, stayed out there for like 2 months. Like, God, like, it's like the Canadians of the island, you know? It's like, y'all are just so nice out here, you know?
Yeah,
like, just trying to be my friends. Like,
it's very true. They are they're the nicest.
Got that vibe. It's safe. You see these like old people walking around like 10 o'clock at night. You're like, I'll be all right here. You know? It's like, I'm all right. The South Coast blessed me. Like,
that's good, man. That's good. You do any shooting out there at all or no?
A little bit, but I was at that point, I was pretty premature. And I was actually shooting digital the whole time I was in Barbados. That was before I even fucked with film.
Oh, really?
So I came back to Toronto and like fell in love with it like soon after.
Oh,
but it was an evolution for me because maybe this is gonna be a contradiction to what I said before. Like I took some good digital images out there.
Yeah.
And then when I came back and got my first film camera, like I was like, I'm gonna find out how to translate this. I'm gonna make this better. You know, like
true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, because like, how can you not take good pictures in Barbados?
In the islands, yeah.
Everything's gorgeous.
Everything is beauty. Yeah, all the time.
Right? So that's pretty cool. So you just fell in love with it right after. So then how long has it been that you've been like into this world?
A dedicated film photographer about like 2.5, like, whoa. Yeah, 2.5 years maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, since about the summer of 2016, been going strong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And when you say like you've just been dedicated to that, I guess yeah, because you don't write or like, so you just stay within that. I think it's really cool that you like go on this journey. Like, can you just tell me more about that? Like, you take a picture of somebody and then like you decide you can't take another one until you find.
That's like when I really get set on something, you know. Like if one of my favorite images that I've taken, it's like I call it like coffee and cigarettes. It's my friend. Matt Perry, shout out my nigga. He's lighting a cigarette in his room, which he should not have been doing. Totally breaking the rules. So there's like already a rebellious vibe there. And then after I left, I saw this like really cool like coffee neon sign, and it was like about 1 kilometer away on Dovercourt. Okay. And as soon as I shot that first image, I was like, I have shit to do. I'm going to be late for stuff, but I'm going to go there like right now. And it's ended up being like one of my my favorite images, you know, because, I don't know, there's nothing more rewarding than like seeing something like so precise in your head and then like making it just actually be there. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if that's a good story or not, but
no, yeah, that's like a Jimi Hendrix vibe, because Jimi Hendrix, like if he got a song, like that'd be it.
Exactly.
It'd be like dinner would be going on. It'd be like, no, I'm writing this song. No one can talk to me.
Right.
Or he would just like leave, or like, and like that was it.
just leave. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, I hear it in my head. I gotta go, guys. Peace. Man. Like all day. So that's really cool that you just. Do you feel like, why do you feel compelled to do that, to like go on that journey?
Because
Like-
a lot of
like-
people won't do it, you know? Like, it's
Okay.
like, and I don't know. I just really like putting like work into stuff, even if like nobody else like likes the image. It's just, or even if I don't like the image, it's just like, yo, man, I really fucking tried to make this happen. You know, like it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Effort definitely, even if it doesn't come out exactly the way you want, it like increases the quality, you know, like
True.
gotta make it happen. You can't just let it happen. That's
True. True. But it's funny because like when you do take the shots that are like analog like this, you kind of do have to let it happen at the same time.
it's a balance between making it happen and letting it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. So I guess it's like let it happen with the person, and then you got to make it happen with the
With
thing that you want.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, man. That's
That's-
a good way of putting it. I have never even put it together in my head that way.
That's cool. Yeah, as I talk to people, I'm able to dissect a little easier now.
Yeah.
No, that's really.
We've had some
cool.
practice at that, I guess. Yeah.
a little- I'll get more, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
We definitely have to sit down again because I know like I'm a little short for time this time, but like,
That's all right. Yeah, for sure. Thank you again for having
And
me
it-
on, and
it'll help you out.
yeah, shout out
So
to
you're not-
Feelin' Bein on Instagram. Like,
Yeah,
super
Ajua.
sick, super sick photographer, man.
Yeah, we're actually gonna. She's actually probably gonna help me with some vision stuff
Yeah?
towards this project.
Dude, she'd be amazing at that.
Yeah. I was actually gonna ask you that. Like, do you do any kind of community building or?
I
Because
would-
you seem like you were able to connect me with like 10 different people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you did
Oh,
all that,
sick,
like,
dude, hype.
like
I'm
right
glad.
away, like it was crazy. A lot of it was like as soon as I mentioned you, like even Ajua said, like as soon as I realized that you knew Kane, I trusted you, and like that was it. Like, it was coming.
That's amazing. That makes me feel so good, man. Like, I don't know, like if I had to give myself a cheesy title that I would never dare post on Instagram, I'd be a vibe reader, you know,
yeah.
like a vibe reader, because I just read the vibes, and I knew like it's like all these people, it's like, yo, like you're cool as fuck. You're doing this like really cool artistic project that like nobody else is even like willing to venture on. It's like I definitely know people who would be involved in this. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
spent my time in Toronto like curating people who I know
True.
fit. So it's like, I don't know. It was nice that we were able to connect. I'm really glad that people responded positively to
Yeah.
it, but I'm not surprised. It's a cool thing to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
So like if you ever need help in the future, man, like absolutely, I'd love to work with you again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again. As I get like more focused, because like I'm doing like a long form thing, but like I'm also trying to make some real good sound bites. I think you'd be good for that.
Cool, man.
I think you got some stuff in you.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I gotta.
You just haven't thought about it much because that's not how your process goes.
No, it's just not part of who I am. You know, it's just fucking roll the dice.
That's
Fuck
sick.
it.
That's sick though, man. Because like as that evolves and as that strengthens, it's gonna become like you said, like the drunken master.
Right. I'm gonna start. Yeah, the drunken master. I'm gonna start writing and shit though, and now that you mention it, I started recently writing down my ideas for creative portraits and double
Sure.
exposures to kind of keep them all together. You know, like, and I'm also trying to like venture into like new avenues. It's like, oh, like creative portraits, but like, you know, it'd be cool to like get some couples in there and stuff. So I've been trying to document like my ideas a little more because I am all over the place.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
But yeah, you should, man. Because like I think it'd be really cool if you had like a picture. Even if you documented the whole story of you journeying to that one picture to that other one, man, I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be sick.
So cool.
I would love your help on something like that if you're ever interested.
Yeah, I'm down, man. Because that
Cool,
would
man.
be really cool if, like, to show that process. Sorry, of you know, finding that person and then like making them look the best they can because you know
Yeah.
them and everything, and then from there actually being like, this is what has to be there, and then journeying to that.
Yeah.
Because like there's like more so than the person and them needing that image layered, there's a lot within you that makes you have to go and see that thing.
Exactly.
Like you said, like you got set on it, you know, it wasn't like it had that be for them. Like
Yeah.
they didn't care.
No, they had. That's another thing that's kind of I think like, oh, it's kind of cool about my work, but that I find interesting is none of the people have any fucking idea what I'm up to. So
Yeah.
when they see their image like either like layered with something or like they see the image come to fruition, they're kind of like, dude, like, you know, it's like, where did you go after this? Like, how did you do that? You know, like, I don't know.
Sick.
And most of the people like that are close to me and that I shoot, they know that I'm pretty much anti Photoshop, so it's like, you know, I didn't edit it to look like this.
Yeah,
Like, I may have cropped out some unnecessary things, but like this is what it is.
True.
Which I think sounds I don't want to say this on the recording, but like the essence of life. Like, you know, it's like none of us have any fucking idea what's going on at any point, and those of us who say that we do, they're lying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I don't think they're lying. I think they're hopeful.
Fine line.
Yeah. Man, but yeah, that'd be really cool to like document that journey that you take. It's really cool to hear that you do that. I've never heard of anybody like, I kind of do that with vlogging where I'll be like, oh, I have to go and do this, but like it's usually just a little scene or a little stupid thing, like,
yeah.
But like it seems like when you find these images, like what are you trying to take from this image that has to do with this person? Like,
it could be anything from like, you know, something that, like, to bring it back to my friend Matt, like the pirate dude, like he's like a grungier man, you know, like he's like a bit of a ruffian, and that's just who he is. That's why I love him. I think it's great. Yeah. But so, you know, like I said, you wouldn't layer that with like a bouquet of flowers or anything like that. Like, it's like, I'm gonna try and layer your silhouette with like a dirty wall filled with tags, or like, you know, it's like you just try and bring out who they are. With something completely unrelated. It's the best way that I could explain it.
True.
And it doesn't always work, barely ever, but when it does, it's good, you know? Like,
you say barely ever?
Barely ever. There's a lot of failed shots, but like, it's all right.
How does that work when you're developing that? Like, do you have to actually like develop it? Like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm working on like getting a space where there's a dark room inside of it, so I can get more actually hands-on and take control of the whole process, which I'm looking super forward to. Wow. But right now, like, I have some like camera labs that I like trust and treat me like really well, give me really nice scans, so I'm happy with that for the time being, you know? Like, wow, so you're actually gonna like get into the dark room and start doing that for real. Yeah, so actually nobody but me will see the final product until it's on the gram, you know? So true. Yeah, so that'll be nice. That'll be really cool. That's just like deeper into like the whole process. It seems like you actually like the whole ritual of things a lot. Definitely. Like, you really want to get in there. Yeah, man. Like, why not? If you like something and people are responding positively to it, it's giving you opportunities like this, like really cool interview. Like, why wouldn't you try and go further? Yeah. You know, like you're just playing yourself if not. True. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I kind of come to that like that kind of conclusion when it comes to like this whole thing, because like to do it is hard, and like the kind of final product that I want is going to be hard, but like so worth it. Yeah, so worth it. Yeah, dude. That's what it feels like. Like I should just do that. True. Playing myself if not. Playing yourself if not. Yeah, right? Yeah, I'll definitely do my best to connect you with more people though. Like that, I'm really happy about that. Thanks for telling me that. Yeah, it's good shit, man. Like as soon as you did, I was like, some didn't answer, but it's only because they probably only see me as like a request. Yeah, they don't actually know who I am, right? So, and they probably have like a bunch of requests because like they're all doing like pretty serious shit. Yeah, you know. So that's just social media in general. Yeah, though. Like I'll probably like tag some of them in like a picture that I take of like us together or something. Yeah, you know? Dope. Just be like, yo, you're not gonna get away from this, you know? Like I'm out here. It's calling. Yeah, man. Colin's calling. Yeah, right. Basically. Colin's calling. So, what else? What else do you? So, like, basically, you want to get like a client base going. When you say you want to get a client base going, do you want to do it analog or do you want to do it digital? Like doing it analog would be definitely my preferred method. I think at this point, like I've put so much into like not editing my photos and stuff. I really can't see, unless I was like, I'm going to try my hand at video. I can't see myself like getting super heavy into the editing. It's just not who I am. Like, you know, like look at my hair. I haven't cut it in 15 years. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. Like, so, but in the best of ways. Like, I care, but I don't give fucks, you know?
No, yeah, exactly. And it's a balance.
Is it cool if I, like, swear so much? All right. I was like,
I don't give a fuck, bro.
Good. So that's perfect then.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So, yeah. So I think, you know what? Even with video, you don't have to edit that much. Like, I mean, you do. Like, I think, like I explained to Ajwa yesterday, it's like a puzzle. It's like basically you just take a bunch of parts and it's just like a puzzle.
Just pieces.
And it's like, you can focus on the color if you want. Like, I can brighten you up a little bit in the corner there and everything.
Can you make my eyes green? You like make me look like I'm Instagram famous? Because I'm not.
Give you a little lineup.
Right? It's like I didn't hit the barbershop, as you notice. I still look like the goddamn wolf man. But can you fix that for me? Is that a thing?
No, man.
I'm just kidding.
We're Jamaican, bro. You think I shaved my shit?
We all got shitty facial hair.
Yeah, right? Jesus. My dad's Cuban and Jamaican, so it's just thick and coarse and shitty.
Oh my god. Talk about some attitude. Cuban and Jamaican.
Yeah. He was something. Man.
He seemed to have turned out all right, though.
Right?
You good.
Right? So, I guess the client base would be like all analog. Would you ever consider digital at all or no?
I would, just like, and this is bad for me to say. I know it's like an artist documentary, but like, if someone would pay me $5,000 to shoot their wedding and they wanted the pictures right away, I would totally consider shooting that on like a full frame digital camera, because it would fund all the shit that I actually want to do. Yeah. Not saying that I wouldn't do a good job. I would do my best, obviously, because I can see the images right away.
100%.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just it's just not actually where my heart is, you know? Like,
yeah. I definitely know what that's like. I do a lot of like corporate videography stuff. So like I get that.
It's like get that paper somehow. You
know?
Like,
like you get it, and it's like it's at least I get to use the camera. Like that's how I see it.
Exactly. You're
know,
behind the lens. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I get to sharpen the sword. You know.
Right.
So speaking of sharpening the sword, how do you actually do that? And like, how fucking arduous is that? Because you gotta develop this shit after you take. Like, you don't see your shit right away. Like.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I go on like big breaks. Like I lose like bare followers on Instagram because of that. Because it's like I'll post like maybe like twice a month, but it's just like I would like to think my images are quality, you know, like quality images. But like I could flood your timeline with some fucking underdeveloped bullshit, but I'm just not that man. Like
yeah.
So I don't know. Sharpening the sword that's a big question for me. It's like I should probably just shoot more. If anyone wants to link after this.
Yeah, true.
Like that'd be great. Like even you and I could shoot together. I love shooting black people. Like straight out. That's actually where the passion lies. Like it's like
really
representation, bro. Like we gotta like put ourselves on the front page. You know what I mean?
True.
Like gotta get it. Like
is that what you're going for? That's pretty cool.
Like not what I'm specifically going for, but anytime I have the opportunity, absolutely. I love to just promote like you know, like even Feel and Being. I love promoting black artists, dude. It's so good. It's so good. It feels good. It looks good. It's everything about it is just good.
Yeah, she's straight from Africa too.
Straight, dog. Like, yeah, you know, like.
Yeah. She's from Ghana. Sorry.
You know, those are like honestly, people from Ghana are the nicest people. I don't know what it is.
They actually say I was actually telling her. My uncle was telling me that people from Barbados, like their actual lineage is from Ghana.
That makes so much sense. Yeah. Y'all are so nice. Straight up. Like, why are you so welcoming? It threw me off. I was ready to go to the Caribbean. Like, I was ready to catch attitude for ordering food. Of course, you know how it is? And, like, even in Toronto, in the Jamaican restaurant, it's just like, what you want? Like, oxtail gravy, a little bit extra. So, like, you know, they're just so mad at you all the time. But the food's so good, you put up with it. But in Barbados, it, like, wasn't a thing, you know? It's like, you're finna give me this macaroni pie and this flying fish.
Oh, the flying
and you're going to be nice to me the whole time?
The flying fish.
Like, you know, blew my mind, fam.
It's so good, the flying fish.
Flying fish sandwich, fucking Deputy or Banks. Jeez. It's like
wow. So where else have you been in the Caribbean?
Just literally Barbados and Jamaica.
Really?
Like, in my mind, whoa, like maybe I shouldn't say this on film, but like nigga, we like the top 2, and I'm not gonna say which one is which because I love both of y'all, and I need to go visit the rest. But like, for in terms of like safeness, like you're just like finna treat me like a king like this.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Why should I ever expect anything different when I come back? Like it's. I'm mad I ever left.
And yeah, you're still in that mode. This guy's got a glass. That's some real crystal right there.
It tastes good. It tastes good, you know?
It's good, man. Man, yeah, I have to actually go to all of it, really. I've never been to Jamaica. I've only been to Barbados once for like 6 days.
Man, like, you should come stay by me in Jamaica 100%.
You have family there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, at least 200 niggas, you know? Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was...
Really?
I had no idea. I just thought my dad, my grandparents, that's it. But like, nah.
All in Spanish Town? Spanish
Town, like countryside of Spanish, like a lot of like mountainous living people. You know, I don't know how to fucking, but like yeah.
I always say like I don't know, like
country.
Yeah, they were like from a village. Like
countryside settings. You know, yeah. As my grandfather would say, right? You know.
Man, you got to meet your grandparents. I never got to meet my Jamaican grandparents or my Bayesian ones. What is that like? What are they like?
You get to know a whole lot about like why you are the way you are. It's just like I'm like, man, why a nigga got no ambition, even though I like am only doing things that I like to do in the city. I'm like, all I do is really take pictures. Like, why is this so hard for me to get motivated? And then I go to Jamaica and I see my 80-year-old grandfather who's like literally like 5 feet tall. My man gets up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, of course.
Smokes himself back to sleep by 8 o'clock. It's like done.
Wow.
So it's like gets up, smoke four joints, fall back asleep till 12. It's just like I'm like, okay, this is why I am the way I am.
Wow.
You know, like it's a thing.
It skips a generation.
It does. Yeah. Fucking.
That's crazy. Is there anything like artistically you see through them at all, or no?
Well, like music is like a huge part of the culture, as you know.
Of course,
like
yeah.
just
it's
like foundational.
Yeah.
Like so. Not really in terms of what I'm like involved in, but like just not even necessarily my family. Like you just get like when you meet your family and stuff and like the surrounding areas, you get to get a really good idea of like why the hell your people are the way they are. Yeah. You know, and it's like pretty sick. It's like, okay, like we just finna have a good time. Like we just finna live, you know, like
that's like a big thing in your family, everybody?
Not everybody, like
obviously not everybody.
Nobody's musical in my family. Nobody's even really artistic in my family, but
really?
I feel like that the only reason for that is because they just weren't in the right situations for it. Like my grandfather grew up around like Peter Tosh and the Wailers and stuff, like throws names out that I'm like how are you just casually talking about this, my nigga? But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, Jamaica's like a very like thing where it's like you just have your place, you know, so it's hard for people to break out. Not nearly as easy as Canada. Yeah, it's either like it seems like in the Caribbean, like you are a natural born artist, musician type dude, or you just like work 8 jobs. Yeah, exactly. You're just a dude, you know. So
yeah, I've done both.
Yeah, same. It's
hard.
I prefer this.
Yeah, of course.
Even though like I'm a little broke and shit, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, I mean, your passion will provide as long as you like get up for it every day.
Exactly.
Give yourself to it. It will eventually start providing for you.
For sure.
So you got to get more motivated, man.
I know. Like, well, now that I've been to the islands, like absorbed all that sunlight and shit, like skin brown, hair light, like, you know, I'm just trying to
your tips.
I'm just trying to get back, you know. I came back. I didn't shoot any photos in Jamaica. I shot one roll of film on a point and shoot just to like document where I was, like, you know, like the red stripe got me. Like I was just fucking I was not there to like create and be all like maybe next time I go back, but I came back with like a lot of like energy and like fuel and like capacity for that shit, which is like almost more rewarding, you know. It's like I just bring these vibes back and elevate myself as a person, basically. And if you elevate yourself as a person, you will do so as an artist as well.
True.
Yeah. It just goes hand in hand.
You definitely should. It's very true. It does. You definitely should go back, and when you do go back, like definitely get artistic over there. Because I think I've never been there, but I feel like when you go back to the places where your roots are, like I feel like more DNA is activated almost.
Exactly. That's very true. That's interesting that you say that. Like, but you know, like when your family is almost too local, it has like a negative impact because I'm like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take photos now. My grandfather's like, nah, nobody knows you around here. Yeah. Can't be doing that. Like, it's my mission to not let anything happen to you. So like, I couldn't really go, and like every place that I like went, it was like, we're going to Johns River Falls to go swimming. Like, don't bring your camera. So it was just like, it was just straight up like a vibes trip. Like if I went back again, like I know like what's going on and like know where people go, and like just saying like public service announcement, like the police in Jamaica have that shit on lock.
Really?
So it's like, oh yeah, like roadblocks and things like yo. Roadblocks. So any like just looking for like gunman and thing like that. So it's like any place that you go that you're like actually gonna have fun, there's no criminals there. True. Because it's like the police in Jamaica aren't even looking to arrest them. They're straight up looking to murder you. Cause so it's like it's fucked to say in Canada, but like. So it's like, let's go to Ocho Rios. Let's go to Negril. Let's go to fucking Hellshire Beach. It's like, yeah, there's no gunman there. Because, like,
true, they
are watching. Like, tourism is capital for all these islands, right? That's true. For the economy. So,
they need it.
Basically, you can kind of do whatever you want within reason.
So, man, bring your camera next time.
I'm trying.
Everywhere.
I'm trying, dog. Like,
be that guy. Be that guy with the Canadian backpack and like camera around your neck.
The Roots sweater and the Roots t-shirt and
hey
shit.
Guys, mind if I take your picture?
Oh, you gotta pay these niggas for that. You can't get candid.
So? Yeah, you know what?
But no candid shots in Jamaica.
I heard if you pull out Canadian money, they'll be like, fuck out of here with that shit. Like they want like American money.
They want American money, or they like expect you to pay the fee to convert your money over to Jamaican dollars. So it's like, yo, can I shoot like a quick photo of you? And they're like, yeah, $5,000 Jamaican. And you're kind of like, jeez, nigga, what? You have nice shoes on. That's it. Maybe. Like, that's what's going on.
Maybe you gotta try though. So some people might be down. I'm gonna go to Cuba like the end of the month. And I'm gonna try and interview people. I'm gonna try and go and be like, my dad was and I want to learn about this culture, and I'm gonna try and do like that whole thing.
Cuba is the most friendly island. I've been there. They will be here for that shit, like 100%. Like you'll have good luck, and plus, like just the type of person that you are, like they will love that shit.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, the last time I went there, I didn't know my dad was half Cuban, and they all kept telling me I was Cuban, and I was like, what the fuck you guys talking about? And they're like, you're for sure. They're like,
they just know. They just
Cuban.
Know.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, they could smell it, bro. Like, I swear to God.
They kept talking to me in Spanish and shit. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are saying. It's so funny. And then like sister's like, I went on Ancestry.com. Dad's half Cuban.
I know you're Cuban. Like,
and then also we asked him. He's like, yeah. And we're like, why didn't you say anything? He's like, I'm Jamaican. Because like, you know, like that's how Jamaican would be. Like, they're like, I'm Jamaican.
That's how like being Jamaican is.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, it's like
even if you're half,
doesn't even matter what anything else mixed up in. Like, I am Jamaican. Yeah, like, you know, it's weird. Just how it goes.
It's like that in the islands.
There's a real pride there. Yeah, you know, like
it's good, man. But I think I gotta wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I got 5 minutes beforehand, so. Before the next one comes. So.
Been a pleasure, dude.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna do it again, definitely.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to it.
We just gotta stop fucking around on the time. We
well, like now I know where you're actually at, and
we gotta represent Jamaicans better. We can't like I fucked around. I'm like, yo, I just woke up.
We are representing the most accurate way. It's just like, yo, Tuesday. It's just like, let's shoot for Friday. You know, it's like, yo, island time is a real thing.
We gotta get better. We're gonna get better at this. But I gotta wrap it up, guys. Take it easy. Peace.
Thank you so much for having me on, dog.